Hi Tal,
Hi, nice to
good
meet you.
afternoon. Nice to meet you and thank you for joining us at Health Tech with Purpose.
Thank you.
Awesome. So we are here to talk about your story and and know more about the product, right? So to start with, would like to know more about you.
Okay. I'm Tal. I'm the CEO and co-founder of ATLASense, and I'm a serial entrepreneur. But I had a need 12 years ago after my brother died and my mother, she was multiple comorbidities, and she had so many devices attached to her, monitoring her. Mainly for spot checks, and each one with its own function. None of them were connected to each other, so there was no time synchronization, no data synchronization, and there was no meaningful and actionable data.
Hmm.
And that's why I thought that if my car is fully monitored, I need something to fully monitor my mother, and didn't find something that was comprehensive enough.
Okay. So that led you to the journey of building this device.
Yes, right.
Amazing. So tell us more about AtlaSense and
Yeah,
what is the device about and what it does.
ATLASense founded in 2015
Okay.
and developed the RAPHAEL. Well, the RAPHAEL is a comprehensive game changing of the health remote health surveillance
Okay.
systems because now it's covering so many functions. It enables many indications and even valuable predictive analytics
Okay.
based on one small device which is called the PolyMonitor.
Okay.
The PolyMonitor is a one data source device attached to the chest wirelessly, and it is a reusable device.
Wow.
So it integrates into this device and so many 15 sensors generated simultaneously all the data, streaming it real time to our cloud server where it is further analyzed.
Yeah.
So the analytics enables over 50 clinical indications and
Wow.
unique uh, predictions,
Amazing.
enabling actually to save a lot of lives and
Yeah.
of course healthcare costs.
Yep. So what is interesting, as you mentioned, is it is I think non-intrusive, right? Non-invasive.
Non-invasive, non-intrusive, of course. Just, the device is attached. Well, it meant, first of all, to be used either in the hospital,
Hmm.
but also out of the hospital.
Yeah.
For hospital at home, for in the community, for chronically ill patients, ongoing, unlimited period.
Yeah.
So it is attached to the chest using in the hospital using the standard ECG stickers
Okay.
that every nurse knows how to use.
Yeah.
Very fast, very easy to just touch it to the chest. And once attached to the chest, it starts collecting the data. There is no off button even.
Yeah.
Make it simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So uh, a non-intrusive, b you're saying it's standard and kind of plug and play, very
Right.
easy plug and play.
True.
Tell us a little bit more about the analytics that come from it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is not just um, one function.
Yeah.
So there are many functions here.
Yeah.
The three lead ECG enables the alerts on many kinds of arrhythmia, but it's
Okay.
not just like it's like a Holter recording, but it is not just recording, it is real time.
Yeah.
So it is streaming, transmitting the data, analyzing it in real time, providing alerts about various of kind of arrhythmia.
Yep.
Now, it is not just that. We also provide hemodynamic measurements.
Okay.
And it's also not that. It's it's also developed a special score to which is called heart functionality
Okay,
level to predict the possibility of heart failure
that's
as
interesting.
early as. Yeah, but not just that. Yeah, this is also. I'll explain very well. Let's talk about those patients that have respiratory problems,
Okay.
like even cardiac patients,
Yeah.
even you know COPD patients, CF patients, COVID, long COVID,
Yeah.
asthma, all those kinds. Of course, it's the need to early treat
Yep.
those patients
Yep.
as early as possible to avoid deterioration, to prevent those also all those expensive healthcare costs.
Yep.
I, well, it is obvious that this is a need,
Yes.
but there is a problem currently.
Yep.
The standard of care, those SpO2, even the capnograph that measures the gases in the blood, alerts only on in failure conditions, which means it's sometimes too late.
Yeah.
Of course, needs the hospitalization, requires hospitalization. So there is no early warning
Yep.
and no preventive care, of course, because of that. ATLASense is the only company that developed and now providing the early warning and enabling the preventive care.
Amazing.
And what it means, early warning, which means it's up to 3 days earlier before any biomarker.
Yeah.
And that means that you can, uh, the patient can be hospitalized at home and safely follow up remotely. And the treatment can be before deterioration.
Yeah.
That means to avoid intubation, avoid the invasive ventilation, avoid hospitalization.
Yep.
That means a lot of costs can be saved, and we can reduce the burden of the and the of the the problem of
Yep.
the mainly problem
Yep.
of the
So
hospital.
as they say, prevention is better than cure, right? So
Exactly, it's better and cost less,
yes.
and of course save lives.
Awesome. Awesome. So, what are the use cases today that you see, the ATLASense product being used?
Oh, so that also designed for long-term work
Okay.
and for many use cases.
Okay.
So we can just give you some examples
Mm-hmm.
of use cases out of many.
Yeah.
And then let's start from the hospital itself.
Okay.
General ward, for example.
Yep.
Currently, in the best case, the patients are monitored once a shift by the nurse,
Yeah.
taking a spot check.
Yep.
And now, then, of course, sometimes there are many deterioration for sepsis. Sepsis
Yeah.
is number one cause of death
Yeah.
because there are missed events
Yeah.
in between the measurements, right? So now, once it will be attached to the chest of the patient, it measures every minute,
It's
every
real time.
fraction of a
Yeah.
second,
Yeah.
which means it catches the very early stages of the start of deterioration. Because for sepsis, when you need blood pressure continuously,
Yeah.
you need the temperature changes, you need the respiratory changes, and you need the heart rate
Yeah.
changes. We all measuring it and analyzing it to alert about early detection of sepsis. This is one use case in the internal ward.
Yeah.
But another use case you can see is that a patient is hospitalized at home.
Hmm.
And for example, as compared, ventilated patients at the hospital costs about $700 a day per patient.
Wow.
Yeah, but if
Wow.
it can be treated, ventilated even, at home in the community, it will cost less than $300.
Yeah.
That means that if you can safely follow up on him, with monitor them at home, you can save so much money.
Yep.
So this is one example. at the hospital,
That's
at the
interesting.
home,
Yeah.
hospital at home.
Yeah.
Of course, chronically ill patients that are functioning and go to work and go, and that means that you can also follow with them
Yep.
and keep them safe. If something started to deteriorate, even to see trends, you can alert
Yeah.
the doctors. I can
Amazing.
continue with many others.
Yeah. So, I have seen the demo. So the tech looks amazing. What were the challenges that you faced while building this?
When I was building this,
Yeah.
first, the main challenge is to miniaturize so many devices into one device.
Yeah.
Second, to develop special sensors that provides us unique data that we can use for the predictions. And last thing is that we are still fighting is the communications, the transmission. It means that we have to transmit a lot of data because our data is really
Yep.
comprehensive
Yeah.
through a low power Bluetooth and the low energy.
Yeah.
That means that we have to manage it rightfully to avoid problems with the communication.
Got
So
it.
this is three major problems that we needed.
Yeah.
The know-how of how what to do with the data. Uh, we're happy to say that we have experts in medtech experts that we
Yeah.
know what to do with the data. So that was not really a problem.
Nice.
But to build a platform that will enable us to make it a multifunction device,
Yep.
like the smartphone. The smartphone when it came first to the world, it totally changed the way we are communicating with
Yes.
each other.
Yes.
Now this is the same thing. This is totally changing the way we are monitoring people, not just remotely, but also in hospital itself.
Nice, nice, nice. And one of the things that you mentioned was about analytics and predictions, right?
True.
So, can you help us with, how soon can it predict some of these events before they occur? Maybe with for example, say for some heart predictions or some breathing predictions.
Well, there are several signals
Hmm.
that shows that some deterioration starts, and some of those deteriorations that we call it shows that might be possible for heart failure.
Okay.
So we use several sensors
Okay.
to calculate it and to analyze and several markers or several parameters. We use those several parameters together to get a score.
Yeah.
That this score gives us, for example, the HFL, the
Yeah.
heart functionality level,
Yeah.
to
Interesting.
predict, to alert about that.
Yeah.
This is for example your question,
Yeah.
but also respiratory is something a little bit different because the respiratory duration has 6 stages of deterioration,
Okay.
and currently only the last 2 or 3 are currently being used in the medical systems.
Okay.
The SpO2,
Yeah.
the CO2 level,
Yeah.
and respiratory rate.
Yeah.
But there are others that we are only the one that we are
Nice.
detecting that the first 4 stages. So we can provide not only the alert for the first one, but also to see the changes, to manage the disease,
Yeah.
to enable the doctors to understand how are they efficient with the managing the system because
Nice.
the
Nice. Nice.
nice.
So, what is the impact this device is bringing already and gonna bring? What's your take on it?
Yeah, well, the vision.
Yeah.
I believe that since we want it to be available for any population anywhere,
Yeah.
which means affordable,
Yep.
I can imagine that will be not just in the United States or developed countries, but also developing countries.
Yep.
That means that in Africa, in India, in Brazil, anywhere, Thailand, that means that it is affordable because our business model is making it affordable. We don't sell the device, we just sell the service,
Yep.
which is called actionable data as a service. Actionable
Nice.
data as a service.
Okay.
So the vision is to say what we say is ATLASense from reactive to proactive
Yep.
to preventive.
Yeah. Amazing. So from reactive to proactive to preventive.
Exactly.
Amazing. Amazing. Great. So, to my final question,
Sure.
and I think you touched upon it initially, but what is the purpose of ATLASense? You know,
What is the purpose of
yeah,
ATLASense? Well, to make an impact of the patient's health outcomes
yeah,
and patients everywhere.
yeah.
That's the main purpose of ATLASense.
Amazing, amazing. Great. I think it was really nice to know your story.
Thank you.
It was really nice to know the purpose and the impact that you want to create. And as I said, I've seen the product looks amazing. I hope I wish all the success. I
Thank you
hope
very much.
yes, thank you, and I hope you guys got to learn a little more about the product itself, about Tal and his story, and I hope you liked it. So yeah, thank you for joining us, Tal.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.